got into you and raised their physicality, their aggressiveness, do you guys have to respond and kind of do the same, play with that sense of urgency?
I mean, if we're talking about the game on the Tuesday, whatever. Tuesday. I mean, there's so much we could say. We played poorly. We didn't pass the ball to each other. We weren't physical enough. So we got to fix all that for sure. Yeah.
How much effect can the crowd have? In this game, you won your last 9 straight at home. How much effect can they have, during that game, just by being loud and being into the game?
I'm excited to play at home, man. I'm really looking forward to see what it's gonna be like. But yeah, of course, the fans can give you like a really good push. Because when you play with emotions, you tend to give even more of yourself and play with more passion, and the crowd is a big part of that. It's no secret that having the home court advantage is huge, and the fans are obviously a big part.
And now, did you guys have to tell yourselves that you left Toronto tied 1-1? That in other words, as bad as Game 2 was, you returned home in good shape?
I mean, we know we did the job as far as just getting one game, but obviously it wasn't pleasant. The way we played on Tuesday wasn't good at all, and we still had bad taste in our mouth, and that's something we want to fix, obviously, for sure. Yeah.
How do you adjust things, as aggressive as you are and as versatile as you are? How do you adjust things when Kyle Lowry's in front of you and you know he loves to take charges?
It's not on my mind at all, to be honest. Like, not at all. And I'm not even saying that to look confident or something, but when you have the ball, it doesn't matter who's in front of you. You have to play the right way, and you don't really think about charges or fouls or anything. You're just trying to play good basketball.
Cliff said, he mentioned it again today, that he's trying to convince you guys you don't know how good you can be. How much has he tried to build this team's confidence all year, build a belief that when you guys play the right way, that you can do great things?
I mean, since the beginning of the training camp, or even the season, Cliff has said a lot of things, and they came alive. And of course, it gives us confidence because as a group, it wasn't the first time we heard we could make the playoffs, or we could be a good team, or we could be a factor, and it never happened. And the fact that obviously this year was different, and it gives us belief in what he says and in what we can do, and Cliff has been a leader for us since day one, and he will continue to do so. But yeah, obviously what he says to us means a lot, for sure.
There were games where you won where he wasn't happy, where he expected you to play at a standard. I remember after the Boston game, he kept telling guys, want more, expect more from yourself. Is that kind of the way he was pushing you guys all season? And he wasn't happy when you had close losses, things like that?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, Cliff has been a leader, the type of coach we need. But at that point of the season now, it should be on us, really, players, to hold ourselves accountable and know what we're capable of. So yeah.
What kind of adjustments do you have to make as guards to kind of counteract this pressure the way they play?
Gives ourselves better spacing, and really when there's two guys to the ball, just move it. We beat ourselves, really. I mean, they were more aggressive and they did a good job, don't get me wrong, but we really beat ourselves as far as the spacing and how we move the ball and move bodies. We got to help each other.
Ev, as a competitor the way you are, do you enjoy the way a playoff series, like the ebbs and flows and the changes in it, the adjustments, the way you attack somebody different as the series goes along?
I would rather win 4-0 by 20 every time, but no, I mean it's playoff basketball. From one game to another, there's adjustments, there's momentum. Like I'm actually looking forward to watch the games tonight, see what Brooklyn and Philly does. Like it's just interesting. It's just playoffs, and obviously when you play a team that many times, things are going to be different. So yeah, it's something you can enjoy for sure.
I know you were in the playoffs in your rookie year, but do you have a different perspective watching other playoff series, being one yourself, being a major player and one yourself?
Not really. I mean, I've always watched the playoffs with a lot of interest. But let's just say my perspective from the playoffs with Denver are a lot different now. I mean, even though I was playing, still I have a total different mindset now. Back then I thought it was normal to be in the playoffs. So, obviously it's not. So yeah.
DJ, you've been in these playoff series, the way they ebb and flow and things change and adjustments. How much do you guys have to kind of respond? They got into you in game 2.
Yeah.
How much do you have to kind of respond to that?
We got to respond. If we want to win this series or even win the next game, we got to respond. They're going to be aggressive again with us, so we just got to be able to handle it and continue to play our game.
Cliff talked about, he said part of the message this morning was this team has to realize how good you can be when you play your style. How much has he done that all season, trying to build a belief in you guys?
Yeah, he's done it from the beginning. He's told us from the beginning that we could be one of the stories in this league. And he tells us up until this day, that we're a good team, one of the best teams in the league, he feels, and we have a lot of talent. We have to believe that ourselves and go out there and play like that.
How much can the crowd have an effect on that?
Oh, they have a big effect. Their crowd had an effect in the last game. So I know fans here are waiting. They're ready for it, and we're ready to play in front of them. It's going to be an exciting game, and we're just ready to get it going.
And how much isn't it not just expected that the crowd will be allowed to ride, but needed that the crowd will be allowed to ride?
Yeah, it's needed, but at the end of the day, we can't rely on the crowd. We got to go out there and play how we've been playing and play the right way and play hard. But we know that the crowd's gonna be crazy, and we're excited to play in front of those guys.
Does it help that you guys you won your last 9 home games here? You kind of built a little something here at home. Does that help you going into this game?
I think so, but it feels like it's been a while since we played at home. So we can't look at that as the easy way, and we got to take this game real serious and come out and play hard from the jump.
What changes did they make in game 2? I know they used Danny on you a little more. Was he trying to be more physical with you?
Yeah, for sure. I think the whole team was trying to be more physical with all of us. They did a lot of blitzing and trapping and being up on the ball, being aggressive with us, and we just got to be able to match that same energy.
That's the best way to kind of counteract that with the offense. It's been a big thing to get more ball movement. How do you counteract a team that's supposed to be trapping like that?
Just be aggressive with them, make the right play, the smart play. Don't try to do anything on your own. Look for your teammates and just keep doing what we've been doing. And that's the easiest answer for that.
Do you, as a competitor, do you love the way a series like it goes? You're on top of the world, then you're on the bottom, and the way it changes, and the way the adjustments. And Evan was saying he can't wait to watch Philly and Brooklyn tonight to see how Brooklyn responds. Have you enjoyed that throughout your career in a long series? Yeah,
for sure. And just like a career or a season, you can never get too high and never get too low. Things can change quickly in the playoffs. You could be up 2 games to 0 and lose the series. So you can never get too high, never get too low. And you just got to keep working hard and stay focused.
They got into you guys the other night. They made it tough. They were more physical. How do you guys have to respond to that and kind of play with an edge yourself on the offensively?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of careless turnovers. Our screening wasn't good. Our execution wasn't good. Our spacing wasn't good. But I think a lot of it was just on us. Not being ready to play the way we need to be for a playoff game like that. And obviously, they were aggressive and everything, but I still think that there were ways for us to play through that and play smarter. We just didn't execute on that end. A lot of little things that we needed to do, we didn't do, and we look at it today. We worked on it, so I think we'll be better at it tomorrow.
Cliff mentioned that he reminded the team today that it can be even better than it typically thinks it can be, something along those lines. How would you describe his message, and how helpful is it to hear?
I mean, his message was pretty clear to what we need to do. He showed us the stuff that we did wrong, and he showed us the stuff that we need to do to play better tomorrow. And I think we understood that as a team. A lot of the stuff, like I said, that we did offensively were wrong, and defensively as well. Our effort wasn't there. Our execution. We let Leonard have too much space in certain plays, and so we just have to be better on those certain areas. It's nothing crazy, nothing that we haven't done before. We know what we need to do, so we just got to bring it tomorrow.
Coach, it seems like all the way since last May when Cliff took over, he's tried to build a belief in you guys that you can be better than you think. Do Do you remember instances of him? I remember in Boston, he told you guys, want more, you can be better. Has he tried to do that all season?
Yeah, he's been doing that all season with us. Just try to talk to us, for us to believe that we can do more than we did. Not be satisfied with just making the playoffs, wanting more, and that's been his message all year long. Just giving us confidence, giving us belief, and I think guys really bought into it and start understanding that we really do have something here going, that we can do some damage, that we can do something special. Obviously, making the playoffs was good for us, but now we have to want more.
How much can the crowd have an effect on the game tomorrow night?
It can be a huge advantage for us. Obviously, especially to start a game, and we can feed off their energy. Can really get us going, give us even more energy, get us fired up. So we for sure need them tomorrow night, and we expect them to be great. And it's on us to bring it as well and make it a fun night for the city of Orlando.
What does Gasol present for you on both ends?
I think Gasol is a very smart player, both ends of the floor. Offensively, with him spacing the floor, gives them opens up a lot of space for them, and puts a lot of pressure on defense. And defensively, just a smart defender. Yeah, I mean, I've played him a lot over the years, so we know each other pretty well. When it comes down to me, it's just things that I have to figure out in the first two games, and I just have to come out in game 3, be more aggressive, try to help the team more.
What effect can guards have on getting you more involved and getting better opportunities on offense?
I think it's just game 2 it was really everybody. We just didn't do a good job offensively. But when it comes to me, I think it's a lot of stuff they try to take away, and we just have to keep moving the ball, keep them working. A lot of times the first, second option's not going to be there. That's why we have to keep looking for the third, fourth option. And I feel like we didn't do that in game 2. And so the part of it, obviously, is on me as well. I have to be more aggressive, try to get some easy ones. Whether it's obviously rebounds, running, try to get deeper steals, try to work a little harder to get things out. In the regular season, a lot of things that I was getting were a little easier. Now in the playoffs, when the focus being on me, I have to respond to that. And so I talked to coach. I looked at a lot of tape, and I'll be better tomorrow.
Have they surprised you how they tried to go you and how they tried to play you for this?
No, and I expected that pretty much. I knew that they were obviously going to try to take a lot of stuff away. The post, obviously, it's one of the easiest things to double. But at the same time, I didn't make good decisions in game 2. I had a lot of 4 turnovers, a couple out of the post, which I've always been good at it. So just have to be smarter with my decisions. Take my time and make the right play. In game 1, when I did, we had 2 threes in the fourth quarter which helped us. So and then they're going to go away from it. So it's just on me to make better plays.
You're known throughout the league as a center who can do a lot of things. You have to, use your shooting abilities, your ability to put the ball on the floor, to move, things like that, to, attack it a different way.
Yeah, I think honestly, it's just a thing I have to be a little more aggressive. I think the way they had their defense set up, I was maybe a little too passive. I was maybe not looking to score enough myself, especially in game 2. And I have to do that. I have to make them work a little more. And there's stuff that I've seen when I watch the tape that I think I could have done better. And then I'll focus on that tomorrow.
Again, it gets back to a lot of it. It's fundamentals of basketball. We got to cut better, get better separation. We got to screen better, and the ball's got to move quicker.
Look, when they're being physical, when they're playing in the passing lanes, what do you want them to do? Is it backdoor, screen better, things like that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what's saying. I mean, you get guys open with the way you screen and cut. If they're up in the passing lanes. I mean, that's what I'm saying is basic basketball fundamentals. Yes.
With Vuce, yes, they did double team him a lot, but there were times where he wasn't double teamed. He's in such that does he have to walk a fine line between slowing down and speeding up?
Well, you know what? I think the one thing is, when what they've said is he's not scoring in the post. So they've come every time, and the reality is this: in game 1, we were in the right spots. He made the right play, and in the fourth quarter, we hit 2 wide open threes, which were critical for the game. In game 2, we weren't in the right spots. We didn't have the right spacing. His reads weren't as good. And we end up turning the ball over. So we've got to get to where we're supposed to get to. The other part is, again, listen, the center position is also a dependent position. It is. For Kawhi, it's different. He's going to have the ball, and he doesn't need a lot of help. When you're Vooch, we need better coordination of screening, setups, spacing, and cutting, and that's what we didn't get the other day, and that will help him, and it'll help everybody else.
What can you do to help Aaron not get picked off by Gasol? Gasol's setting some, pretty big.
He's got to get
screens
into the ball more. I mean, we didn't. He knows what he's got to do. He'll tell you he's got to do better with that. That's technique, and there's no screener so good that a defender as good as he is should get picked. So that's he's got to have good technique. He got to stay on his body. That's what he's got to do. He's got to stay attached.
With a lot of these playoff series that you see one team come out with a desperation, they get into it, make it a more physical game. Do you have to try and match their physicality? Because they really got into you in game 2. Do you have to try to match that?
I mean, there's a lot of, we can, I'm going to say the same thing. We got to play our game. I mean, that game wasn't all that physical as you think when you really watch the film. The physicality part wasn't it's the ball movement part. It was their help and they're long, So the guys saw in film today about what we do. But to be honest with you, everybody talking about physicality. That's not what I saw. Whatever. It was an NBA playoff game. It wasn't anything crazy.
In terms of how a crowd can
our crowd can help us immensely, no question.
And how necessary is it tomorrow night for them to beat that?
Oh well, I mean, it can help immensely. I don't know if I can say more than that. I mean, I think it can be a big help, and I think our crowd will be great. Just like their crowd is. I mean, I think their crowd in Toronto helps them a lot, and I think our crowd here will help us a lot.
Cliff, all the way back to last May when you took the job, you had to kind of build a belief in your bunch, didn't you? I mean, you took over a team that was kind of shattered a little bit because they had lost. How much did you have to build a belief that they could be great?
I told him today, I still don't think we understand how good a team we can be when we play well. And we've done some great, if you look at it, listen, this last 30 games now, it wasn't like we had this easy schedule. I mean, we went on the road to win. Think about it, to get into playoffs. It was, a win at Miami, a win at Indiana, a win at Boston, a win at Charlotte. To make sure, our guys have played very well, both at home and on the road. And, I think they know when we do what we're supposed to do, we have a way to play, we can play well. But I told them today, I'm not sure they give themselves enough credit for the team that we've become.
You quote Stan a lot. I remember Stan used to say, you can't go into a series wanting to push it to 5 or push it to 6. You got to have a belief that you can win.
Absolutely.
Is that something you
No question. Well, I just think you worry about it. It's a big Stan thing too. We just worried about today. We had a good practice today, and to me, that's what you do. Good.
How is
Everybody's good.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Thanks for assuming. How much has Danny Green been impacting DJ?
Well, they did it 2 ways. It wasn't just Danny Green. I mean, they were more aggressive with their 5-men, so there just wasn't as much space for him. So Danny Green's, look, Danny Green's been an all-NBA defender before, so he's terrific. He's a terrific 2-way player. And but they did it both ways. I mean, the matchup was different, but they were up more too.
How much did, when you look back at the film, how much did the early foul trouble on J.I. Just impact? Did it?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no question. And it's again, it's just part of one game. And he's been very good at, even when he fouls early in games, he's so smart. He's been very good at not getting into trouble. So obviously we need him to be able to play.
Kawhi's obviously one of the best players in the league, but do you try to mix things up with him? Maybe run a second defender or try to get the ball out of his hands?
We did that the other night. Yeah. I mean, we did all of that. So I mean, we got to do better. We got to do better at the basic things, and we have to do better with the team things. That wasn't the other night. I'll take blame. That wasn't schematic. That was we did bad job. We weren't into them early. It was way too easy. when we did go after him and double team, we did a bad job with that. So we tried a number of things, and it's got to be better.